Don't miss any of the action at Oceanside, Chula Vista, Torrey Pines, and many more San Diego schools. Download the free UT Preps app on Google Play or the Apple App Store.
Hey there, sports fans. Christian Pedersen, David Ring, playoffs. Yes, that is a complete sentence because that's all you need to know. We are here for a special edition of our baseball podcast, Inside the Canyon Side Softball and Baseball Academy, breaking down each one of the brackets. We're getting to the big boys now, Division I.
Yes, sir.
Dave, I'm going to let you kind of have the floor. What do you see here?
All right, I'm going to start at the top of the bracket. The number 1 seed, Granite Hills, they are a very, very strong team. They were one of my top 10s this year. They're looking to be very poised in the playoffs here, and really in that first game they're going to get a matchup against SFC or Bonita Vista. That's a good matchup for Granite Hills. In the next bracket I got St. Augustine. They got Jack Dashwood, who if they throw him any day, like Christian says, it's an automatic W, and love pitchers like that. And whoever wins that game gets Torrey Pines, which is definitely
not an enviable,
not a fun team to play. I mean, you get Kyle Hurt, you get Josh Sidney, and those guys can also hit pretty well. So it's top upper end of the bracket there.
I just kind of want to say that when we talk about all these teams, it is really hard to definitively say that one is better than the other because it's one is great, but the other is also great. They're just a little bit greater. All these teams, some really good seasons on the top end of this bracket.
Exactly.
I'll say that Granite Hills, Vista, Poway, Torrey Pines, maybe all playing with a little bit of chip on their shoulders because of not getting into open division. But on the flip side of that, and that's always the discussion with D1 versus open, is you now get that top seed. Yeah. You now get that bye. You now get a little bit of rest to go get a chance to rattle off some good wins and get that title.
Exactly.
So the top seeds all here looking really pretty. Just want to bring up the SFC Bonita Vista game. These 8-9s, as we've said, are always toss-ups. It's hard to know. This one especially.
Exactly.
A couple different styles of baseball going at it. A couple different philosophies. A little bit of North County, a little bit of South County. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Exactly.
Valhalla Saints, as you said, Saints probably got a little bit better resume under their belt, a little bit bigger players, but that's only going to get them so far because Torrey Pines, they have the Horsemen of the Apocalypse on their pitching staff who, they can also come in, the POs come in and get hits.
Yeah.
Like that, when you're a pitcher only, you're supposed to only pitch, not come in and get game-winning RBIs. That's how deadly that Torrey Pines team is, and they've kind of done it, I'm not going to say off the radar because when you're ranked in the top 10, you're on the radar, but they've kind of done it without being the signature team to know in the county.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they've lost a couple of really close league games and whatnot. Bottom half of the bracket, let's just start with this. Vista, you had them top 5 almost the entire season. Exactly. They are a 2 seed now in Division I. Where does that put them?
Well, I'll tell you why. Part of the reason is due to Ivan Luna up there. This guy's dominating, and pitching is going to get them far. I mean, in these double elimination bracket games, Vista's got more than one pitcher. Same with Torrey Pines. You look at Poway, who's coming on strong. They actually got the number 3 seed, was it?
Yes.
So congrats to you guys on a strong finish to your year. That's going to be an interesting game when you got Madison, the winner of El Camino Madison, to play Poway. So it'll be interesting to see if Madison saves Kevin Abel, to get to the Poway game. If they can beat El Camino, they might have a shot against Poway. Madison's going to be my dark horse because of they got that one pitcher, and if they can manage it correct all the way through to the end, they might be able to sneak into the finals.
Well, someone we also got to bring up on that Madison team is Andrew Jablowski, another person that we give a shameless plug for that you can go learn more about him on our website because we had him on our show earlier this year. Madison is a really interesting team, but getting out of that first game to get to Poway is the definition of play your best ball at the end of the season.
Exactly.
They stumbled a little bit out of the gate, but they didn't let that affect them. They just kept getting better and more dangerous and better and more dangerous. And now Poway's looking at, they're only a couple of games away from validating this whole season with another ring. Vista, though, you brought up the depth. a lot of what we've talked about in some of these other brackets is that they've got to have that one guy on the mound, that they've got to have that one hitter get a big hit, that they've got to have that team captain lead them. Vista really doesn't need that because they are so deep at several key elements, pitching, clutch hitting, defense, that they really match up. If this all plays out how it's slated to play out, they match up great with Granite Hills.
Exactly.
But they match up well with anybody in this bracket. They're kind of that team that when I look at this, I'm shocked that they're not in the open division.
Yeah,
I know that we knew that was going to happen based off of the way that points are all accumulated, but just off of passing the eye test and that sort of intangibles of baseball, Vista's really good.
I agree. I wanted to mention La Jolla, who snuck into Division I this year with an outstanding season. Dane Hansen over there, guy went off at the plate. I see this team also having a favorable matchup into the playoffs. If they can get to Vista with their number one starter on there, they're going to play some good baseball against Vista for sure.
Well, and that's the beauty of having a double elimination format is that we could get a pair of La Jolla Vista games. We could get a lot of interesting plot lines in this D1 where we're looking at team wins game 1, loses game 2, but is able to rally and get back and recoup. So it should be a lot of fun to watch.
That's a good bracket.
A lot of players to really highlight. If you are kind of prioritizing what games do I need to go check out, go check out some of these games. There are several D1 players littered throughout these brackets and these matchups, and a lot of just great baseball is going to get played. If you think you're good enough at picking games, you can play along with us at our Pick'em game, which will be out, and maybe giving out some prizes if you can beat any of us. But definitely go check these out. Let us know what you think, and we will see you again for our championship edition. You guys take it easy.